Omitofu and good evening, everybody. It's my name is Saiba Verma, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to our TBIF. The topic of today's talk is the wisdom of life in the Lotus Sutra, and our esteemed speaker for this evening is Venerable Miao, who's the director of Fo Guang Buddhist Temple in Boston. The Lotus Sutra is a Mahayana scripture delivered by the Buddha in his later years at the vulture peak of Rajgraha. The lotus flower, which many of us are familiar with as a symbol, um, it's a flower that remains pure and unstained despite growing in the mud, which symbolizes the profound meaning and principles of the Lotus Sutra. So thank you so much, Venerable Miyashi, for being here with us in San Diego, and I'll let you take it over from here.
Oh, thank you, Sabah. And good evening to everyone. How are you today? Right. Now, first of all, I would like to thank our Venerable Miao Zhang of the Xifang Temple for giving me this opportunity to share the Dharma with all of you. I'm actually from Boston, so I brought a group of scouts to Silai Temple to have their sharing with the Silai Scouts. So the kids actually went to Disneyland. They're very happy. So they gone back to Boston, not because of the cost, it's because of the Disney. So then I took that opportunity to come over here, and tomorrow morning I'm leaving for Boston. Anyway, I'm very happy that I'm giving this opportunity to share the Dharma with you in San Diego. So now, today's the topics that I like to share is called the wisdom of life in the Lotus Sutra. So first of all, may I know if any one of you have ever read and recited this sutra? Can you please raise hand? 1, 2, 3, 4. And those who are actually on Zoom, you can actually click on that raising hands buttons so that I can see if any one of you are good. I see one. Anyone else? Okay, at least there are some of us that ever came across this sutra. Congratulations. But if you have not done upset, this is the chance today. So now, to be very honest, it is impossible for me to share all the contents of that sutras, and this is how thick it is within an hour. But I will try my best to share as much as I can, especially for those I think which is very enlightening myself. And that's something that I would love to share with you today, which I think it can inspire wisdom of life, realizing the meaning of life, and of course, last but not least, to gain happiness and carefree life. So Lotus Sutra is actually a Mahayana scripture that delivered by the Buddha in his later years at Vulture Peak in Rajagraha. So you can see that is actually pictures on the Rajagraha Vulture Peak. And Lotus Sutra in Sanskrit is Saddharma Pandarika Sutra. Pandarika means white lotus. Saddharma means true doctrine. And that's why you can see in English translations, you'll be able to come across Sutra on the white lotus of the true Dharma, or sometimes you see in English named Scripture of the Lotus Blossom of the Divine Dharma, or even more often you see the more common terms that we use is called Lotus Sutra. And of course, if you can read Chinese, that is called Miao Fa Lian Hua Jing. I grabbed the book from Silai Temple's library because I think these books actually, not to mention the content yet, but the cover itself gives us a very clear ideas of what is this about. As what you can see is stated there, scripture of the lotus blossom of the five Dharma, bracket, which is actually the Lotus Sutra. So I'm so sorry, those who are online, you can't hardly see. But if you need one, I can take a photo and I can send it to you, okay? And then you can see that actually a sentence, small sentence say that translated from the Chinese of Kumarajua. So you can know that it's actually not from Pali to English, but it is from Chinese to English. So do they have others version? Yes, definitely. So now, when we talk about lotus flower, it's not that difficult for us to understand. The lotus symbolizes purity in Buddhism, as the lotus flower remains untainted despite growing in the mud. It represents the profound principles of the Lotus Sutra, which, just like the lotus, remain unaffected by the impurities of the world, even amidst the troubles of human life. Whereas for Pandarika, white lotus means the purest of all lotuses. This is actually from the Indians' ancient science understandings. Among all those different colors of lotuses, white lotus stand for the purest. So that's why you can see why we use Pandarika. Now, in short, the first enlightening message that I'd like to share with you, just from the title itself, it can give us some ideas and tip of the day of what we should do. In life, we should learn from the spirit of the Lotus Sutra. So, dear all, if today the content is too deep for you, that is too hard for you, if this is the first time you came across, at least grab this first message back. I want to be like the lotus flower. Why? Because in life, it is unavoidable. We will definitely be encountering with various difficulties, slanders, setbacks, etc. But because we know about this, we know the Buddha want to tell us something. I'm going to actually bravely aspire myself to be like lotus emerging from water, not defeated by external circumstances. Okay, grab that point, bring it back home, use it in your life. That's definitely worth using it. That's the first point. Now, in the busy world, let our body, speech, and mind remain pure. Why we are different from the Buddha? Why we dare not say that we already got enlightened? Because we know sometimes, somehow or other, we still have deluded mind. Okay, so then you have next question. All right, I know the Buddha wants us to remain pure, body, speech, and mind. How can I do that? Very easy. Practice 3 acts of goodness. This definitely is not the first time you've heard about this term. Am I right? Have you heard about 3 acts of goodness before? Raise your hand, please. Well done. Well done. So why is it so? Now, when you do good deeds, you are purifying your body. When you speak good words, you are purifying your speech. And when you think good thoughts, what else? You are purifying your mind. See that you get the second point. So isn't it enlightening? Bring it back home. Next. Now, because we are actually the Chinese Mahayana Buddhist temple, as I'm a Chinese Buddhist monk, so my first books that I grabbed is definitely not a commentary in English or the translation in English, will be definitely in Chinese. So the Lotus Sutra was approximately introduced to China around the 3rd century AD, and it was actually translated into Chinese 6 times. But currently, only 3 complete versions that have survived. So, which versions that we use the most? The copy that translated by Kumarajua is most widely accepted. What is the contents about? Consists of 7 scrolls, 28 chapters, comprising over 69,000 characters. In what? Chinese. Now, who is Kumarajua? There will be another 1 hour to talk about him. So I'm going to drag back in summary. Kumarajua is recognized as one of the greatest translators of Buddhist scripture from Sanskrit to Chinese. And that is actually a very clear statement by him. Before he died at around age 70, he proclaimed that if his translation were in accord with the genuine principles of Buddhism, his tongue would be intact and not turned to ash. And after the cremation, the tongue was found undamaged. So this gives us the confidence that what we read in Chinese translated by Kumarajua, I'm sorry because I don't study Sanskrit, so I heavily relied on the translation. But with this incident, it gives us a confidence that what all those content that translated by Kumarajua is in accord with the original intent of the Buddha. That gives us say, yes, I want to go through this and I want to learn in this. Now, draw your attentions to the boards. These are the 7 scrolls and 28 chapters. You might want to say, oh, that is too much. Maybe next life then. Oh, don't do this to us. Don't. Why? I give you a trick. Even though this is 28 chapters, the first tips of the day, you can go with the chapter that you like. Just now, someone tell me, I've never known about Lotus Sutra before. Then I heard the second person say, oh, I have read Universal Gate chapter on Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Such a clean translation. Have you? That will be actually one of the chapters, which is chapter 25 in this Lotus Sutra. So more or less, at least you have learned 1 or 2 chapters from here. Okay, so that is not a new sutra for you. It's just that you have not had a chance to go through everything, right? So that will be something you actually more or less learn about the Guanyin Bodhisattva, the Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So where is this Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva? In the Lotus Sutra, chapter 25. And also, if you think that, oh, my Buddha, Venerable, 28 chapters, I have no time to read one by one. So another tip of the day, you can choose the topic, the chapter that you think that is actually at your interest, and then go in there first. Like for instance, I know about Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So can I pick the topic chapter 25 first before I start from number 1? Yes, you can. You know, something special about this Lotus Sutra is that they actually can be pulled out chapter by chapter. Of course, as overall, they are connected, interconnected, yeah? But for lay person, the busy person like us, sometimes you can actually what? Use it as a skillful means, experience means that I like this topic, take it first. And when it actually get rise to more interest, read more. Okay, but of course, if you think that no, I don't like that, I want to start from chapter 1, can you? By all means, from 1 to 28. Okay, so I hope that give you an overall, a thorough, ideas of how can you go about this sutra. Because definitely, again, I have to say sorry, I cannot go through everything unless you love to stay with me until 12 midnight. Unfortunately, I know that's not realistic. Okay, now what's so unique about this sutra? The Buddha shared the Dharma, as we all know, for over 40 years. Sometimes, because of disciple asked, the Buddha spoke, and these teachings, the contents of what the Buddha delivered, became the contents of the sutra, the text of the scriptures, as what we get to know today. For instance, the Diamond Sutra. Sometimes the Buddha would also speak without being asked, as in the case of Amitabha Sutra. Now, how about Lotus Sutra? Now, the real Lotus Sutras, the incidents that happened that the Sariputra, one of the great disciples of the Buddha, were actually requested Buddha to speak. He begged him to speak to bridge the content, but Buddha declined 3 times. Well, to be straight, 2 times until the 3rd time when Sariputra asked. Then before that, only the Buddha agreed. So what exactly happens? Why Buddha is not keen to tell us something? Such a wonderful Dharma. What happened? Now, With this, we can find the contents in chapter 2, the title called Expedient Means. In this Lotus Sutra, it was stated that the Buddha said, Sariputra, ever since I attained Buddhahood, I have gone through various courses and similes widely expounded my teachings and have used countless expedient means. See, you see that highlights expedient means, a very important terminology that used in the Lotus Sutra, okay, to guide living beings and cause them to renounce from their attachment. The Buddha has really realized the law, which is the truth of the universe, that's limitless, boundless, never attained before. So if you read the English text, that will be something that you can find. Now, then the next sentence the Buddha said, but stop, Sariputra, I will say no more. Oh, how come? Buddha has said so much just now. Emphasizes earnestly, would like to share with us what he have actually shared through using various expedient means or skillful means. But then now he says, stop, I'm not going to say anymore. Why? What happened? Because what the Buddha achieved is the rarest and most difficult to understand Dharma. The true entity of all phenomena can only be understood and shared between Buddhas. Remember, every time when Buddha would like to preach, would like to actually share the Dharma, there will be many bodhisattvas, bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, laymen, laywomen, they actually surrounded there and would like to listen to the Buddha. Then the Buddha said, oh, no one, not that persons that can understand the true Dharma, that can only be understood and shared between the Buddhas. It's just like what happened. Look at the two pictures. I knew some of you have actually undergone, your very well-educated background. But remember, PhD with PhD, you can discuss the thesis, the assignment, your professional skills, but you cannot expect, those who are still in the middle schools to really understand what you talk about with only one or two sentences. That is not fair to them. It's not that they are not capable, it's not there yet. And then another one, you can see the kids with the parents. Why? Because only parents with parents, mother with mother, they can understand when I say, wow, you know my kids. Then they will say, yes, I know, because I'm having few kids at home. That kind of connections. So that's why that is actually the sentence that the Buddha would like to tell us. Only the Buddha can. Why? Because that kind of connections, that kind of understanding the truth of the universe. Next, then when Buddha says so, oh, it can only be shared between the Buddhas. And then all those audiences like, what, Buddha? Still, all the disciples actually get rise to what? Their doubtful thoughts. That mentioned that in the text. For what reason does the Buddha so earnestly praise all those expedient means and state that the Dharma is profound and difficult to understand, that no even the voice hearers or the Prakya Buddhas can do so? I really cannot understand what the Buddha wanted to tell. I cannot follow the gist of what he's saying. So all those there, the disciple would get rise to all this curiosity, doubtfulness. Now that, as we know, Sariputta, one of the greatest disciples of the Buddha, he realized that he can feel how all the audience feel. So he actually rose and he begged the Buddha. He said, now the four kinds of believers all have doubts. We beg the Buddha to explain this method for us. So who are the four kinds of believers? Monks, nuns, laymen, laywomen, those who actually attended at that time. Then the Buddha answered, stop, there's no need to speak further. First request, Buddha turned down, declined. Why? Buddha said that if I speak, the heavenly and human beings will be all astonished and doubtful. First, turned down. Second, and then Sariputta insisted. He said, speak, we beg you, Buddha. All right, in this assembly of numberless beings, are those capable of reverent belief? What does it mean? There must be someone who can accept, respect out of it So please speak to us. Okay, and then the second time the Buddha said, stop, Sariputta. No asking anymore. Why? If I speak, the heavenly and human beings and asuras will be astonished and doubtful. The monks who are overbearingly arrogant will fall into a great pit. There's nothing that I create, it's all in the Lotus Sutra. But that is actually what the Buddha said. Okay. And then the third time, okay, you see persistent perseverance. So next time when you ask for a title, if any of the Venerable say no, you say, please, first time, second time, third time, she will say, oh yes, definitely. Right? So now you get the tips of the day. Now, Sariputta insisted for the third time. He said, we beg you to preach, we beg you to preach. In age after age, we have learned from Buddha. We are certain to be capable of reverent belief. Then the Buddha answered in the end, well, Sariputra, you have requested for 3 times. How can I do other than preach? Now you must listen. I will explain to you. Now something happened. Right after Buddha said this, what happened? There were 5,000 monks, nuns, laymen, laywomen rose from their seats, bowed to the Buddha, and what? Withdrew. They left. Oh, my Buddha, is anyone would like to leave now? Please do so. We don't have 5,000. If you leave, then there will be no one here to listen anymore. So hold on to that. Hold on to more story to come, yeah? All right. So why? You see, wow, he's the enlightened being, and his disciple do not want to listen to him. 5,000. What's a big, large number? Why? You have curiosity. Not there yet, right? Not there yet. Just like I say, PhD to PhD, talking about assignment. The little boy and girl will say that, what, that's too much for me. I think games is better for me. So maybe it's good for me to go to a second room. Okay, true profile. Right, and of course, definitely no for anyone to leave. Thank you, thank you. Insisted, yeah. Now the Buddha ever said, listening to the Lotus Sutra is profound and auspicious. It all signifies a deep connection with the Buddha. Why today you are here? Because you have good affinities with the Buddha and also this text, which is called the Lotus Buddha. So well done. I think we should give ourselves a big hand. Otherwise, today you won't be here. Okay, right. Trust us. All right, next. Now, when actually all those 5,000 monks, nuns, laymen, laywomen, they withdrew, the Buddha actually remained silent. And after they left, the Buddha said, now this assembly is free of branches and leaves, made up solely of the steadfast and truthful. Sariputta, it is well that these persons of overbearing have withdrawn. Now I will preach for you. Actually, lots more to talk about, yeah, but we want to cover the whole slot, so we'll skip. You can ask questions afterwards. I'm here until tomorrow morning. Sariputta, you and the others must believe me. The words that the Buddha preached are not empty or false. Buddha actually emphasized many times in the Lotus Sutra because why he know whatever he's going to deliver is hard for us to believe. So he insisted, you have to believe me. So dear all, do you believe in Buddha? Say yes, please. All right, yes, good, well done. Now, what's next? The first message in chapter 2, expedient means the Buddhas appear in the world for one great reason alone. I'm not going to read that, but I need to help to read it together. Can you? From the number 1, yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, wish to open the door to allow them to speak clearly. Second, which would cause the living beings to be which would cause living beings to enter the path of wishes. Excellent. I know your English is better, much more better than me, but this is actually what the Buddha said. in the beginning of the chapter. It's only chapter 2. Why did Buddha appear in the world? Only for this reason. He wants to open, show, awaken, and want all the living beings enter the path of what? Buddha wisdoms. And what's this Buddha wisdom? Next, the second enlightening message. The Buddha or the Buddhas, the past Buddha, the Buddhas now, the future Buddhas, they all appear in the world only for one reason, because they wish to show the Buddha wisdom to living beings and what? Enlighten us. Enlighten us what? To tell us every one of us can attain Buddhahood. This is the essence of Lotus Sutra. Just now someone asked me, at least I have to know what is the core content. This is the core content. Throughout the whole book, that is something that the Buddha insists that we have to know and we have to believe in it. Okay? So why every one of us can attain Buddhahood? We have Buddha nature. Anyone say, I do not have Buddha nature? Raise a hand. Good job. See, everyone have Buddha nature. You say, no, Venerable, because I have not had chance to raise a hand, then you conclude. Okay, now we do have Buddha nature. That is actually what the Buddha realized when he attained enlightenment. Okay, so he wants to tell us about this, right? So, in conclusion, the second enlightening message, you have to convince yourself, yes, I'm having Buddha nature. Yes, I can attain Buddhahood. If you still have not believed in that, you still think that maybe, oh yes, let me think about that, then you are drawing yourself further from the Buddhist contents. That does not work. So go into that. Say yes. Say yes, please. Yeah. Yes. Well done. Now, when you say yes, you got to agree with this word. What is the word in the yellow light? Read it out for me. Excellent. See, if when I am a Buddha, can I have free mind? Yes. Yeah. When I'm a Buddha, can I care and share? Yeah. Yes. When I am a Buddha, can I be happy? Of course. See, so enlightening message. How come we do not know about Lotus Sutra? So we have to continue, right? Next, a very important message that the Buddha said. He says, Sariputra, the Buddhas have only a single Buddha vehicle which they employed in order to preach the Dharma to living beings. They do not have any other vehicle, a second one, a third one. All the path and practices, and put it this way, all the Dharma that actually is shared for the past 40 over years are skillful means of reaching Buddhahood. Do you believe in him? Oh, say yes, please. Yes. So 3 vehicles, voice hearer, okay, the Shravakas, Prakya Buddha, Bodhisattva. 2 vehicles and 1 vehicle. So just now, the essence of this book, everyone can attain Buddhahood. So that is only one way, what is called one vehicle, Buddhahood. Wow. Otherwise, the Buddha would not want to spend 40 over years. Otherwise, the previous Buddha, the future Buddha, will not appear in this world. Okay, right, next. Then questions. Before you ask me, I better put it in. Okay, why? Why Buddha tell us so many practices make us so busy? Huh? Why doesn't he just tell us there's only one vehicle and give me the essence of it and then I study it? Huh? Okay, why? I answer myself. If the Buddha tells us, you can attain Buddhahood, but that's actually at the other planets, far at the skies. Do you want to learn? No, too long journey, too far for me. So to increase our confidence in learning Buddhism, he gives us a lot of experience means, just like when you talk to the kids, you say, I tell you, you can become a PhD, but you're going to study 30 years and you're going to do 100, 1,000 theses. When the kids talk about 1,000 theses, forget about that. No one will want to take all those hardship. Same as the Buddha. Why? He know if you give you a big mat, such wonderful contents, but Venerable, you give me such a big mat, I take times, maybe next life, then only I can digest it. You will want to practice. So with the compassionate heart of the Buddha, he say what? use a lot of different expedient means. He's scared that if I tell you only one route, you won't want to go. And this actually be strengthened under the chapter 7 called a parable of this phantom city. I put that slash because, English translation, you can see lots of, yeah, but then to condense it the same. So let me share with you this parable. That is a back route of 500 yojanas long, steep and difficult, wild and desolate, with no inhabitants around, a fearful place. And suppose there are a number of people who want to pass over this route so that they can reach a place where there are rare treasures. Very far journey, very dangerous. No one ever been there before. But oh wow, there's actually treasures there. Would you want to go? Now, next. They have a leader of comprehensive wisdom and keen understanding who is thoroughly understand about this route. So he's prepared to guide them. But unfortunately, after a long journey, the group actually came up to a voice say that, well, we are so exhausted and we are fearful as well. So we cannot go any further. Well, since there's such a long distance ahead, I think we better turn around and go back. Then the leader, a man of many experience, think to himself, what's a pity they should abandon the rare treasures that they are seeking. He resorts to the power of experience means. When they have gone 300 yojanas along the steep route, he conjures up a city. Then he said, don't be afraid, everyone. You must not turn back. Now, here is a great city where you can stop and rest. Now, if you enter this city, you will be completely at ease and tranquil. All right? And then later, if you feel you can go on, to look for the treasures, you may just leave the city. So with this, are you happy? Yes, overjoyed, my Buddha. Why? Such a long journey, then I see the city, that I can go in there, seek my tranquility, have a peaceful mind. So they enter the city, and they feel that they has been saved from all the difficulties. So they have a sense of complete ease and tranquility. But, because it's a magic city, it's a phantom city, the leader, then knowing that the people have become rested, no longer fearful and very, then he wipes out the phantom city and say, okay, you must go now. The place where the treasure is close by. The great city of a while ago was only a phantom that I could just out so that you could rest. So up to here, Buddha is just like the great leader. He knows the back roots of cycle, birth and death, and all the 5 desires in this mundane world. Very difficult, very long journey. But as an enlightened being, the Buddha knew that it must be traveled and be passed over. So, but then he knew if I just tell you there's only one Buddha vehicle, no one will want to see the Buddha anymore. Frightening. Yeah? Why? Long journey, too tiring. So, he give all those, he conjures different phantom cities from journey to journey so that we can rest. But objective, one single vehicle, which is the Buddha vehicle. Got that? That's actually the essence of this book. Now, hence, the Buddha used various expedient means that we mentioned as a resting place. Okay, but after we rested, what should we do? Moved on. All right, they all move on. Okay, now the third enlightening message. Oh my, 8 o'clock. Let me work harder. Chapter 16. Very important message. The lifespan of the dust come one. Okay, now you must listen carefully and hear of the dust karma. The dust karma means the Buddha, secret and his transcendental powers. In all the worlds, the heavenly and human beings are, and Asuras all believe that the present Sakyamuni Buddha, after leaving the palace of the Sakya, seated himself in the place of practice, not far from the city of Gaya, and there attend Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Is it a fact? Yes, when everyone, you guide people, say you would like to introduce them to the history of the Buddha. Is this what you say? Yes or no? Of course, yes. Now, this very important sentence. The Buddha said, good man, it has been immeasurable, boundless, hundreds, thousands, 10,000 millions of Nat-yutas couples since I, in fact, attend Buddhahood. Have you heard that before? Not that I created, yeah, not that I created. It's actually what mentioned in the Lotus Sutra. What does it mean? Excuse me, Buddha has attended Buddhahood long time ago. Okay, you see, then what happened to the 2,500 years ago? Who is him? Frightening. Experience me. Right, now next. Ever since then, I have been constantly in this Sahara preaching the Dhamma, and elsewhere I have led and benefited living beings in hundreds, thousands, 10,000 millions of Nayutas of lands. So, meaning to say that Buddha wants to tell us very important message. What? I have actually attained enlightenment long time ago. Well, if you know about Guan Yin Bodhisattva, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, he already attained enlightenment. Do you know that? Do you know that, Sue? What's so special about Buddha? What's so frightening? What's so short about this statement? If Guan Yin Bodhisattva, the Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, can enlighten and came back and share with us and help us, why not the Buddha? Why not Sakyamuni Buddha? If you can think about it, acceptable. Am I right? Say yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, next. Because living beings have different natures, desires, actions, way of thinking. All this is who we are, right? Making distinctions. Yeah, because I want to enable them to get rise to wholesome roots, I use what? Causes, conditions, similes, parables, phrases, and bridge different doctrines. But Buddha assures us, the Buddha's work I have never for a moment neglected. Buddha never leaves us. Then you can see at the bottom right-hand side, with the yellow phrases, I see Buddhist. If Buddha never for a moment neglected Buddhists as us who believe in Buddhism, should we abandon sheep? No. Okay, good job. Now next, again, ask the questions. Then why Buddha reached Parinirvana at the age of 80? Already say this is the expedient means. Why? Now, next. If the Buddha remains in the world for a long time, those persons with shallow virtue will fail to plant good roots, will become attached to the 5 desires. Then they will become discouraged, neglectful. Why? The Buddha is always there. I have no time now. When I have time, then I go to him. Okay? You thought we have like thousands lifetime, right? So here, we will feel to realize how difficult it is to encounter the Buddha. That's why the Buddha wants to what? Reach Nirvana at the age of 80. And continue. The Buddha mentioned, as an expedient means, he said, you should know that it is a rare thing to live at a time when one of the Buddhas appear in the world. Well, we are not during that 25,000 years, 2,500 years ago, but at least we'll still manage to see the text, how fortunate we are. Okay, now, person of shallow virtue may pass immeasurable couples, with some of them chancing to see a Buddha, but unfortunately, others never seeing one at all. So, why? The Buddha want to tell us Buddha is hard to get to see. Okay, treasure it. Now, when living beings realize how difficult it is to encounter the Buddha, they will harbor and long. Oh, I better now I get to know this Lotus Sutra. Maybe I can take 1 more hour to read about this. There you go. Right? That's the purpose of the Buddha. If Buddha is always there, everlasting, who cares? Who cares? So now, that's why the Buddha, though in truth he does not enter parinirvana, speaking of passing into nirvana. But remember, Buddha tells us something, he attained Buddhahood already a long period of time, but he never stopped preaching. Okay? Now, that is actually a parable that strengthens that statement. They call a parable of the skilled physician and his sick children. There is a skilled physician who is wise. He knows how to cure all kinds of diseases. He has many sons. One day, he went to other country for some affairs. At the time he returned, he finds that, his children has drunk poison. So some of them are completely out of their mind, while some are not. Then, when all the sons see his father's return, they're still overjoyed. They say, "We were so stupid. By mistake, we drank all those poisons. So we begged your father to cure us and let us live out our lives." So as a father, will definitely say yes. And then he prepared the best medicines and give to his children. He said, "Take it, and you will quickly recover." But two situations happen. Some children who have not lost their senses, they immediately take that medicine and cure their sickness. But also, some who are out of their mind refuse to take it. Why? Because the poisons penetrated deeply and their minds no longer function as, if you're sick, why don't you take the medicine? I think maybe not today. I think maybe I can wait. You have a lot of excuses. Now, the father thinks to himself, my poor children, because of poisons, their minds are completely befuddled. So although they're happy to see me, ask me to cure them, but they refuse to take the excellence medicines. Still, until now, we come to temple, we pray, we meditate, do we use all those contents and better our life? That's something very important. If you don't, it's just like you're giving back the medicines to the Buddha. After you meditate, you return back all this goodness, the kindness to. Then you go out to the mundane world, or still have a lot of worries, difficulties, challenges, obstacles. Okay, use it, take it, right? And I must now resort to some expedient means. You see, many times you see this words, yeah? So to induce them to take the medicines. So he says to the son, "You should know I'm now old, and the time of my death has come. I will leave this good medicine here. Okay, you should take it." And then after that, he goes off to another country, and then he sent the messages back saying, "Now to tell the son, your father is dead." What happened? Well, the son were all just crying, and they say that I have now no one to rely on. Then what do you do? Quickly take the medicines before it get expired. No, there's no expiration in the previous time, yeah, but just now. So they took it, and then what? Wow, they recovered. And then the father, hearing that his children are all cured, returns home. So you see, Buddha entered parinirvana. So this father say, "I'm dead," so that, hopefully, the son, the disciple, the Buddhist, the practitioners willing to grasp as like, now I still can see this book. Why not I read it and benefit and better my life? What else I want? Okay, right, next. So same as the Buddha. So I'm going to skip a little bit. Fourth enlightening message. Now, in theory, I knew expedient means everyone can become the Buddha. Everyone can attain Buddhahood. The Buddha never leave us. He got enlightened already long period of time. Everything in theory, right? So what should we do? Can we act something? We do something in our life? Yes. In the Lotus Sutra, it actually focuses, one of the things is enhance small acts of kindness. That also appear in chapter 2, expedient means. Say, if there are living beings, I cross a lot, huh? Cross, you have done this, then persons such as this have all attained the Buddhahood. or the Buddha way. So what are all these clauses? Number one, if they are living beings, listen to Dharma, presented alms, kept the precepts, practice meditation, cultivates merits and virtue, then persons such as these have all what? Attend Buddhahood. Next, if they are living beings, make offerings to the relics, build stupa, temples, pile out earth to make a temple for the Buddhas, or even little boys at play should collect and make a Buddha tower. What happened? Then they all have attend the Buddha way. Do you believe in Buddha? Say yes, please. Good. That is what happened in the Sutra, what written down. Again, continue. If they are living beings, carve, paint Buddha images. They do all those things. Even a little boy in play use a fingernail to draw the Buddha images. Such person, bit by bit, will pile out merit full with compassion. And at the end, they will all attend Buddhahood. What's next? If they are living beings making offerings of flower, incense, canopies, music, etc., etc. Okay? If one with a joyful mind sing a song in praise of, that's why we got anthem. All right? Yes, praise of the Buddha's virtue, even if it's just one small note. Those who play music, be careful. Quickly make some notes. Then they will all attend what? Buddhahood. This is not that I created. This is what mentioned in the Lotus Sutra by the Buddha himself, yeah? Of course, lots more, yeah? If someone with a confused and distracted mind, now this is what happened on us, yeah, in the mundane world. Well, we heard we can at ease, at peace, anytime, 24 hours, but sometimes we do face this difficulty. So what should you do? Even someone with a confused and distracted mind, take one flower and offer it to a painted image. Even only one joint palms, one bow, a slight note of the head to the Buddha image. In time, he will come to see countless Buddhas. So you don't think that this is such a small thing and not worth doing. Do it. Okay? If person with confused and distracted minds should enter a stupa, which is meaning to say that you come to a temple, and you say only one sentence, homage to the Buddha, then all have attend the Buddha way. Why? You say, really? I already say I believe in Buddha. Say yes already, right? So there's new question. Why is it so? Because every small act of kindness that you do is actually connected to what? Back to your Buddha nature. Correspond with your Buddha nature, with your beautiful hearts. Yeah? So this is no small, big, that's not the size of the problems. Yeah? Right, next. Now, see, there are lots more, yeah, because of time constraints. So you say, Venerable, there are so much things, I do not know what else I can do. In conclusion, do all good, do no evil. So simple. So the Buddha is not trying to make our life miserable, He's trying, to give the utmost, yeah, but the easiest way that he thinks is possible for us to practice. So at least do all good, do no evil. If you think, I cannot remember so much thing that you mentioned, Venerable, you speak so fast and your accent is so terrible. What else? Okay, please, at least do all good, do no evil. I tell some jokes because I just afraid that you get, lost track. So come back here. The fifth enlightening message in chapter 14. Now, this is very important. Peaceful practice. And sometimes you look into some translation book, they say a happy life. Only like that. Chapter 14, a happy life. Oh, who do not want to look into that? You say, let me think about that, Venerable. Okay, please do. Now, a very great bodhisattva here, Manjuri Bodhisattva. Okay, he asked Buddha in this chapter 14, peaceful practices, or sometimes you say a happy life in translation. Yeah, Bodhisattva asked, World Honor One, in the evil age hereafter, how should these bodhisattvas go about preaching this sutra? Not only preaching, you have to learn about it. You got to study hard, then you can share, am I right? And you got to actually do it yourself. Otherwise, how are you going to convince people that this is good? What else? Then the Buddha said to Manjuri Bodhisattva, he said, If Bodhisattva in the evil age hereafter wish to preach this sutra, they should abide by 4 rules. Can you read it for me, please?
Peaceful practice of the body, peaceful practice of the mouth, peaceful practice of mind, peaceful practice of vow.
See, body, speech, mind, and vows. These are the core contents of this chapter 14, a happy life. What does it mean? What can I do here? A lot more, yeah. So that's why you can see I put a lot dot there because Venerable Miao only give me 15 minutes. So I should stop now. Yeah? I'm going to make it quick. Pretend I'm not seeing her. Peaceful practice of the body. Avoid temptation. Meditate in quiet. Well, you have done so just now. Am I right? Good job. Well done. Second, practice of the mouth. Without speaking of the faults of others, of scriptures, etc., etc. What else? To discard a mind of jealousy, agitation, etc., to regard Buddhas with reverence, to preach the Dharma equally. Not that I like you, I talk more, I don't like you, maybe one sentence. That's it. Don't do that. Yeah. That is not practicing the mind. Okay. And the fourth, peaceful practice of vows. Vows speak for sentient beings who have not heard, not even know, and away with compassionate heart. Lots more. In summary, see, 4 peaceful practices, something that you must know: 3 acts of goodness, 4 givings, 5 harmonies. Okay, are you not doing it every day? Yes, we are doing it. You come to the temple to do volunteerings. You come to the temple to pray, to share and care. You are doing all these things every day, didn't you? So when you are actually doing 3 acts of goodness, 4 giving, 5 harmonies, you are doing the peaceful practices. So how come you say you do not know about Lotus Sutra? You know, okay? And you are going to get to know more. Hopefully after this lesson, it gives rise to, your interest to read more about that. Okay, last but not least, quickly. Okay, last enlightening message in chapter 20. The Bodhisattva never disparaging. There was a Bodhisattva monk named Never Disparaging. This monk, whatever person he happened to meet, he would bow and speak words of praise. What he say? I have profound reverence for you. I would never dare treat you with disparagement or arrogance. Why? Very important message, because you are all practicing the Bodhisattva way and are certain to attain Buddhahood. You, me, and the Buddha, will we difference?
No.
No, we're the same, because the nature is there. Now, what's more, when he spoke in this manner, people think it's this crazy person. If you're not learned about Buddhism, you don't believe that. Okay? Different family background, different country, different ethnic, different education. Why should we be the same? But after you learn about the Buddha's teaching, you know the beautiful hearts is the same. The Buddha nature is the same. But is there anyone that don't believe in that? Yes, of course. So when he spoke in this manner, some among the group would take sticks, or wood or thousands, so they beat him and belt him, threw at him. What he do? He ran away. He took up his stance at a distance, and he continued to call in a loud voice. He said, I would never dare disparage you because you are all certain to attain Buddhahood. People will say that it's insane, yeah? But it's the real thing that actually stated there. Now, he offered alms to a vast number of Buddhas. That is his practices. He treating them with reverence, honor, praising them. So having planted all those good roots, he was later able to encounter what? 1,000, 10,000, million Buddhas. In the midst of the law of this Buddha means that he received the Dharma, the teaching from all those Buddhas, and he preached this sutra, gaining merits that allowed him to attain Buddhahood. What's next? The Buddha said. Now, very important message, here come again. The Bodhisattva never disparaging will live at that time. Buddha said, could he be unknown to you? In fact, he was none other than I myself. So who is The Bodhisattva never disparaging. The Buddha, he said, if in the previous existence, if I have not accepted out here, read, recited this sutra and preached it for others, I would never have been able to attain what? Anuttara Samyak Sambuddhi this quickly. So in this 21st century, everyone wants to be quick. So if you want to be quick, do what? What else? Lotus Sutra. Okay? You have to have confidence in that. But I never say that the other sutra is no good. Don't say that. Remember just now the peaceful practices? You don't condemn. It's just because of our interest is different. Some like music, you go for music. Some like sports, you go for sports. Nothing wrong. Okay? Right? Still, Sakyamuni Buddha is a Bodhisattva, never disparaging. So life after life that the Buddha cultivated. Never give up. And he proved to us, well, everyone can attain Buddhahood, can enlighten like him. So what we do, the tips of the day, respect living beings. We learn, we practice, we share the Dharma. Wow. Another 4 minutes before 8:30. In conclusion, recap. Right, I've actually shared 6 points today. The first, at least Lotus Sutra remind you to a lotus flower. Encourage yourself. I want to be like lotus flower. Why? Going for the mud, that is the nutrition. So will you be frightened about all these obstacles in life? That is our nutrition. You say, excuse me, but that is real. Okay, so move on with what? Courageous. Second, very important message. Every one of us can attain what? Buddhahood. We can get enlightened like him because we have the Buddha nature. And the third message that Buddha want to tell us, he has actually attained Buddhahood long time ago. So I know number 1, number 2, number 3. They are all model theory of understanding. Put it into action. The 4th and the 5th. Enhance small acts of kindness. You are good, do no evil. If other things is too difficult for you, remember that sentence. And the 5th one, peaceful practices. Already mentioned, body, speech, mind, vow. 3G. What is 3G? 3 acts of goodness. Well done. What is 4G? Forgiving. Excellent. 5H? 5 harmonies. Okay, just now we mentioned, yeah? So 3G, 4G, 5H. So that's just like your fingertips. Use it, yeah? Okay, don't give it back to me. Don't give it back to the Buddha. Okay, and the last one, the Bodhisattva never disparaging because of expectation of reverence mind. Okay, we are Dharma brother and sister. The temple is my home, is my spiritual home. The Buddha is my teacher. In fact, everyone, all the practitioners, is my good friends. That I can learn and we grow together and then we will enlighten together. With this, I conclude my talk of 1 hour. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to open any questions. I'm going to ask Venerable Miao. I'm sorry, a little bit overrun, but I tried my very best. Such wonderful things I must tell you. Any questions? All right.
And also people on Zoom can also ask a question. So if you have a question on Zoom as well, please feel free to unmute yourself. Venerable, there is a question in the chat for you. From Cassandra.
I'm sorry. I'm no good in IT, pardon me. Okay 吗？你等一下他们讲话，在讲话声音啊。
There is a question in the chat for you, Venerable. If you can hear me. Oh.
Okay. All right. I saw that there are actually two questions. You can hear me? Oh, okay. I saw that there are actually two questions in the chat. The first one you say, Venerable, what is currently the best English translation of the Lotus Sutra from which to learn from? If you can provide an author, that would be great. I agree with Venerable Miao Zhang. I think she will be able to provide you, and we can provide you later the book, the color, the author, and all those things, especially the green book, the Lotus Sutra. That I can say that most of the Venerable is actually reading that. And because we are bilingual, so we understand from the Chinese, and then when we read into English, that is actually more understandable for us. So we can give you one Miao Zhang the green book. What's the order? Will you be able to type it in for them or later? Okay. Whenever Miao Zhang say that she's going to give the book's name for you, yeah. And the second question: what does the Lotus Sutra recommend for practitioners who wish to purify harmful or unskillful actions of body, speech, and mind done out of ignorance in the past before meeting the Dharma? Well, put it this way, what's already happened, happened. Okay? So you cannot go back. You don't have the time channel, the tunnel for you to go back there. So work from now. You plant the good seeds. Like just now, remember one of the ideas that I give it to you is to enhance small acts of kindness in your daily life. Do it from now onwards. So you plant all the good seeds, and definitely a good cause will yield good effect. Okay, you cannot turn back. That's not how life works. So as I mentioned, all the just your 3G, your 4G, your 5 harmonies, your peaceful practices, all those are actually what recommended in the Lotus Sutra for practitioners to purify your body, your speech, and your mind. Okay, whatever already happened, I'm sorry, we cannot turn back, but you can actually improve from now on. That helps you a lot. Okay, right.
Thank you, Venerable, for that wonderful talk. And I was thinking as you were going through it, there's so much, as you know, and there's other sutras. And I'm wondering if somewhere online there's an app, that would allow us to, tap into the various sutras and study them. And also, in a sense, maybe an annotated app that would help explain what the sutras are saying, because sometimes they can get very complex. So that's my question. Is there some place we can go online where those would be available that we could explore on our own?
Venerable, we can't hear you, sorry.
All right, sorry. You see, that's my challenge, yeah. Half on here and half on there. Okay, I try my best. Okay, right. I am actually believe that there are really certain groups, they are working very hard on all these things that you can just Google it. Like for instance, for Guangshan, you have for Guangpedia, but as of today, I don't think that they have like full sutra text that you can just Google it. Yeah, we don't have that. Yes, yes. Maybe you can get all this information definitely from one of Miao Zhang. She's going to give you like thousands of that, the link, so that you can get through it. But I do see that we have web. Like for instance, now what the one of Miao Gong is doing, she's actually trying her best to do the dictionaries in English.
Just I do know of an app, Access to Insight, which is a website. They do have a app platform. Yeah. It does have all the discourses and sutras. It's different. I don't think that they would have probably the Lotus Sutra, but other discourses from Buddhism, they would have an Access to Insight. It's just, they do have an app. If you're interested in an app version, Access to Insight is a website that also has.
What was the name of it?
I can send you the link. It's just Access to Insight. But then you just look up.
Access to Insight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not yet by Fo Guangshan.
Not exactly. Not
Yeah, not yet by Fo Guangshan. Yes.
Thank you, Venerable. I really enjoyed that expedient means of yours for us today. My insight from the Lotus Sutra is that it is full of hope and compassion that all of us have the ability to understand. But it raises a question, without doubt, but a question, if the parables are a skillful means to teach us, how much are we meant to take literally? How necessary is it to truly believe the stories in order to extract their meaning? Thank you.
Now, as what the Buddha has mentioned, expedient means, still when he actually gave a statement, he's scared that that statement is too deep for us to understand. That's why, just now you can see that the Buddha actually mentioned he used a lot of similes, parables, causes, conditions, etc. Okay, but sometimes it really up to a person else. Like, I maybe can actually take up to these instances as of now. So slowly you pick up. Sometimes when you're talking about Lotus Sutra, it's actually give you a very big picture of everything. Yeah, because you want to enlighten us. But as like the human being, a small human being like me, all right, I might want to do one after another. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you have to do all the 10,000 things at one time. Even the parable is actually some things that he used to emphasize it, to make it understand on the statement. Okay, so up to what extent that you want to use it is really up to how much you can do in your life. Okay, I understand that, I can attain Buddhahood. That's my vision and mission. But I cannot say that after I sleep tomorrow, I wake up, I become the Buddha. It doesn't make sense like that. But I know as long as I work one by one, slowly I pick up, I accumulate. Okay, I sum up, and then I can get, and then just like, sometimes we say, we want to get the water flow on the soil. So I'm going to dig it so that, you can get a drain. So every day you dig bit by bit, and one day you see, the water just flow so smoothly. That's because every day you are digging it bit by bit. You never stop. Then you can see the whole pictures of flowing. Yeah, so don't get frightened, but especially when we give a Dhamma talk, it seems like we give you a Big Mac. Yeah, very difficult to digest. It's too nutritious. Okay, but no worries. So keep it there. You recognize it slowly. You pick up. Thank you.
Maybe we'll just, Marissa, did you have a question? Okay, that'll be our last question, I think, just because
I'm
we're
still
over time.
digesting, I think that's so what exactly is the one vehicle like that we can all become Buddhas? And like that's just like I guess I'm thinking of vehicles like like what is the way? Because you were saying, so what I was a little confused about is that there's only one vehicle, but there's a bunch of means to get to that vehicle. Is that what we're talking about? Like I can like hop, like take the train to that vehicle. I can like walk over to the vehicle. I can like fly to that vehicle. I can like do good deeds. I'm just kind of curious, what is the one vehicle? Like, because I get the analogy in the parables and, do things by one. Yeah, like PhD's far away, but if I study every day and like I'm geeking out, I will eventually get there. But yeah, I guess in this term, what is the one vehicle and what is expedient means? Is it to that vehicle or what are we doing?
The expedient means it's just like the Phantom City. Oh, then you got enlightened. What else? What else I need to say? See, when you say, the expedient means it's just the Phantom City. For you to rest, remember? Yeah, so you got a lot of expedient means. Why? As already mentioned, the Buddha who is so far away, who want to see the Buddha. No one want to see the Buddha anymore. Too hard, too long, too frustrating, too exhausting. So he get a lot of Phantom City for you to rest. Expedient means it's just like the Phantom City. And at the end, when you go through all this one after another Phantom City, you rest enough, you continue your journey. What is the final destination? What is the final destination? Buddhahood. See, you got that. Phantom City. Now, okay, what's next? You got that, yeah? You
Yeah.
agree? Okay, good.
Idea.
Good job, good job.
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
Thank you so
Well,
much, Venerable. Thank you so much, Venerable. I think we'll have to close the Q&A here just because we're running over time, but I hope people can stay and chat more with you because clearly they have many questions for you. I'll just make a quick announcement. Thank you so much for your talk. I think we all learned a lot. Just a quick announcement. Our next TBIF is going to be on July 26th, and it will be Venerable Long Yun, who's a Buddhist chaplain who will share his perspective on the Buddhist perspective on palliative care. And I will turn it over to Venerable Miao to conclude.
So thank you, Venerable Miao for giving us this insightful introduction to the Lotus Sutra. And then everyone found it very helpful. And then we also look forward to the second part, hopefully, for your continuous sharing on the Lotus Sutra. So we hope that you have more time in the future to be our guest speaker again. So let us conclude our lecture by joining our palms to do dedication of merit. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May John, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our humility and gratitude give rise to great vows. So that I hope everyone have a very auspicious week. And then thank you for joining us. And thank you, Saiba, for moderating. And thanks to Jennifer for doing the recording. So thank you again, everyone. Be safe and take care.
Thank you all.